Welcome to the Royal Daily Tea YouTube channel. Please be advised all of my videos are for entertainment purposes only, based 100% on my own opinion, my own theories, and my own research. All of my information can be found on the public domain and falls under the fair use guidelines. Please feel free to do your own research. Good afternoon and welcome back to the Royal Daily Tea. So have the Sussexes lost their popularity and their shine? According to a recent poll done in England, the royals have ranked some of the lowest in recent years of any royal family member. Back in 1991, his father, Prince Charles, was ranking at around 81%. And after the divorce of Princess Diana and the revelation of his affair with Camilla, Charles tanked to 41% approval rating. Well, in 2019, Harry came in as the second most popular royal, right under Her Majesty the Queen and slightly above his brother, Prince William. Around the time of his engagement to Meghan Markle in November of 2017, Harry was ranking in at around 81%, and recently he is ranked now at around 32%. So he has seen a huge decline in his popularity. Meghan, around the time of Megxit, which was November of 2020, was only ranking at around a 55% approval rating, and now she's down to 31%. So as you can see, they are not the most popular royals. As a matter of fact, I think they are the lowest ranking royals, and they've ranked even lower than Prince Charles during the height of his divorce and scandal with Princess Diana and Camilla. That speaks volumes. Not only are they ranking extremely low in the court of public opinion, but they have seen a huge decline in their Instagram following. According to a recent poll, they've lost over 700,000 Instagram followers in the past year. And the Cambridges have actually increased their following by 1 million. It's also stated that around 66% of the actual followers of the Sussex Royal Instagram account are people. The rest of them are actually those huge bots that follow celebrities and big accounts. So only 60% of those followers that they have around 10 million followers, are actually people. Now, the Cambridges, of course, have seen a huge spike in popularity. They've gained over 1 million Instagram followers. And of course, they've launched a very successful YouTube channel, and their ratings are very high across the UK. Not only have the Sussexes tanked in the ratings and lost a huge amount of followers on their social media accounts, they're also receiving a lot of backlash and a lot of snubs from big name political figures and celebrities. The biggest snub, of course, was not being invited to the Obamas. Barack Obama's 60th birthday. That had to have been a huge blow to her ego. And the other thing is the backlash that they have received in regards to their comments on Afghanistan. Now, we know that Meghan likes to be the queen of wokeism and likes to spew her word salad to anyone who will listen. But the problem with this is she doesn't know how to talk to people. She doesn't know how to say, wow, we're so sad to hear about the news in Afghanistan. Our hearts go out to people. If you would like to donate, here are some resources. That would have been fine, but instead they literally had a 218-word essay where they did a lot of word salad and wokeism and pretty much turn it around to where it's the average person's responsibility to do something about what's happening in Afghanistan. She tries to make other people feel like it's their responsibility, it's their fault. You need to spend your time, your resources, and your money. We're just going to tell you what to do, but we're not going to actually do anything. What do they actually do besides give woke speeches? The word we, I believe 15 or 14 times. Who is we? Is it her and Harry, or is it her and everyone else in the world? Because every time Meghan speaks, it's like she's talking to you in a lecture. And when I read this speech, I can understand that she was trying to do a good thing, but it never comes out authentic. And it comes across as bossy and kind of condescending. It's like the average person who's literally trying to put food on their table, recovering from a worldwide pandemic. Most of us are just getting back to work, but we're supposed to give of our time and our money and our resources when she's living in her Montecito mansion. I mean, how much money are you giving? They don't say, hey, we're donating here. They never disclose anything that Archwell gives back. Most charities have to give out public information where they talk about how much money they've made, how much money they donate. They never disclose anything financially, publicly about the Archwell Foundation. All they seem to do is get checks from people, but I don't ever see where they give back. They never talk about how much money they give back or how much money they've made, what they've done with the funds. Nothing. Instead, they tell people where you can donate money, where you can donate your time, where you can give back. Like on her 40th birthday, when she did the 40 by 40, again, telling people, go out and spend 40 minutes of your time mentoring someone in honor of me, Meghan, and my 40th birthday. She didn't give people resources of how to connect with those people. Nothing. It's all about, I'm telling you what to do, now go do it and celebrate me. So when she gave that speech on Afghanistan, it didn't go over very well again, because it felt like a lecture. People don't want to hear from multimillionaires how they need to go out and spend their time and their money, yet you're not doing the same thing. What exactly are you doing? So it's just very hypocritical again, that she's telling people, she's talking at people, like talking at you like a teacher to a student. Like she's lecturing us how to act, how to feel, how to be, what we need to do collectively. It's all our responsibility. Most of us are just trying to get back on our feet here. We don't live in 15-room mansions. We don't get $100 million deals from Netflix. They are so tone deaf that it's really not helping their image. Again, I think this wokeism is going to lead to brokeism. The only thing that Harry and Meghan are good at is securing deals and spewing hate against the royal family and cashing in. That is the only thing they are good at. They have not produced any more podcasts. They have yet to do anything for Netflix. They have a deal with Procter & Gamble, but nobody has a clue what they're doing. Harry and Meghan are really good at signing these lucrative multi-million-dollar contracts and lecturing people and spewing hate and spreading lies about the royal family, but they're not good at putting their money where their mouth is. It's do as I say and not as I do. They have yet to produce any more podcasts or shows for Netflix. Now, I know they have 2 projects in the works, but it's taking them a really long time to produce something. And if they don't make good ratings and money for the networks, they're going to be dumped. Their luster is beginning to fade. And I think a lot of the people who are paying them millions and millions of dollars, they're not going to keep dishing out this money if the Sussexes don't start delivering. I think they have too many pans in the fire, and they're going to burn themselves out. And they're going to go broke. They keep hiring all these very expensive executives to save their brand. They hired like 3 people for Archwell Audio. They have another person they've hired to come in and write and direct for their scripted and non-scripted programs for Netflix. The Sussexes have no talent. They have no experience. So they have to hire these people who are 6 and 7 figures a year to work on these projects. We're already almost in September. It's been a full year since they've signed the Netflix deal and with Spotify, and they have not delivered anything for that huge upfront payment they received. Now we know Harry's working on his memoir where, they're expecting him to make big bucks because they're paying him $20 million for a 4-book deal. Now, of course, he's promising to give $1.5 million of the book proceeds to one of his charities, but you have to remember, it's not coming out of his pocket. It's coming from proceeds from book sales that haven't happened yet. So it's another false hope, false promise of money that has yet to materialize. So he's already, his ego is already, oh yes, when I sell my millions and millions and millions of copies, I'll give 1.5 million to this charity. The money's going to come out of the proceeds. It's not coming out of his $20 million. It's coming out of his portion of the book sales. Now we know the publisher is going to take 60% of any proceeds. So if he has $1.5 million left over to give, he's going to give it to this charity. But we don't know if that's even going to happen. So the fact that he's making these empty promises when he hasn't delivered the book yet, this is on top of him having a job that he's on a 5-month maternity leave from. This is on top of him having Archwell Audio with podcasts that haven't been out since December. This is on top of his, Heart of Invictus docuseries that has yet to start filming. They haven't produced anything that they have promised and signed up for. So now they're just writing checks, hiring all of these, expensive people to come in and do all of this work. And if they don't get the ratings, guys, they're not going to get the money. They're going to be broke very soon unless they start producing some high quality, high rating podcast and Netflix shows. And from what I hear from the series Pearl, which is about Meghan as a 12-year-old child, lecturing about these influential women throughout history, it sounds like a snooze fest. I can't imagine any kid who wants to be preached a bunch of wokeism about Meghan as a superhero. I'm sorry, but I think it's going to be about as successful as The Bench has been. And by the way, her book, The Bench, hasn't even been on the top 10 of the New York seller list for the past 6 weeks. It hasn't been on the top 10 for 6 weeks. So during the first month that it was released, of course, it was a number 2, number 1, number 4, because all her celebrity friends and her publicist bought thousands of copies. So of course, it boosted up the rankings on the New York seller list. Well, The Bench is now in the clearance bin. People have showed me pictures of it for half price. It's not a bestseller, guys. It's not even on the list. 6 weeks, 2 months after it was released, it's not even in the top 10. She is a duchess. She is a celebrity. Shouldn't that book at least be number 9 or number 10? It's in the clearance bin because it only ranked due to the fact her publishing house bought 4,000 copies immediately to give to those libraries. And all of her rich little celebrity friends probably bought a copy. But after that died down, nobody's buying her book, guys. It's not even on the top 10. It's not even listed. So now she's banking on the Pearl to be this superhero based on her as a 12-year-old talking to all these women in history. I'm sorry, but I don't think it's going to be a hit. I think it's going to be like The Bench. And Netflix, I really hope they get the ratings because they're not going to be happy with this animated wokeism series that nobody watches, and they're paying them millions of dollars to produce crap. to produce crap. Not to mention the Heart of the Invictus games, although it's a wonderful sentiment, and I believe they probably will get a decent amount of ratings, I don't think it's going to be a blockbuster hit. Not worth the millions of dollars that they're being paid to be a part of it. Again, he's literally just a producer. He's setting up the Zoom call. He's getting the Starbucks, but he's hiring the real people with the real talent, the producers and the directors and the camera people, to make the show. Harry's just kind of the face of it. He's not really doing anything because, again, he's just a name. Harry and Meghan are literally getting paid millions of dollars to put their name on projects because that's all they're worth. It's just their name with their titles. Prince Harry, Duchess Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. Because without their titles, we all know they're worth zero, but their titles have the money in it. So the money is in the titles. Without their name and their titles, they're nothing. So Netflix is paying for this Sussex name to be put on projects, hoping it's going to have huge ratings. But as of right now, with their 30% approval rating in the UK and probably 50% approval rating in America, they're really, really hooking a lot of wishes to a star. And let me tell you, if those shows flop the way that her book has flopped, they're going to be dropped. Netflix is not going to pay you $100 million for a show called The Pearl and The Heart of Invictus because those two programs are not going to be top-rated shows. I'm sorry to tell you. They're not going to be The Queen's Gambit or Downton Abbey. They're not going to be up there with The Crown. They're not going to be hit shows. The Pearl's probably going to have a couple episodes and then they're going to ask it to go away because I don't see kids enjoying this program. It's another woke animated series. Kids don't want you to teach them wokeism. I don't understand the concept of this show. I'm sorry. It's just like The Bench wasn't really good for kids. It was a vanity project for Meghan to tell people, look, I can beat Kate. I have a book too. That's what that whole book was about, guys. That book was a competition. She knew Kate was working with the gallery company. She knew Kate was working on that book for over a year, and she just wanted to come in and show Kate up. That's exactly what it was. This was a competition vanity piece because Meghan doesn't like to lose. Meghan always tries to upstage senior royals, especially Kate. Her book came out either a month before or a month after Kate's. It was just too coincidental. In my opinion, I feel like it was just a vanity project. I really do. Because she's always competing with Kate. She's so jealous of Kate, it's ridiculous. Now there's rumors that Kate might be partnering up with Meghan. And I could see it happening because Meghan is not a dumb person. And Meghan knows that she's not winning in popularity. And Kate is. So how is Meghan going to fix her image? She's going to fix her image by playing nice and telling everyone, look, we're friends, we're fine. And they're going to partner up and do a project for Netflix together. They're going to partner up and do a project for Netflix, supposedly, according to the story. I'll have to research it more. Now, I could see it happening, not because Kate wants to, nor Kate needs to, but Meghan needs to. Meghan needs to save face. Like we've discussed before, Harry's doing all of the dirty work by himself. Meghan has got Harry doing the dirty work, and Meghan looks like sweet little Ariel, you know, with My Little Pearl animated series. So, of course, she wants to align herself with Kate. If she was to align herself with Kate and they came out with a joint venture, it would make Meghan look so much better. You have to understand, like I've told you before, Meghan has distanced herself from the mudslinging that Harry has done. She's turned Harry into her flying monkey, and he's out there destroying his own reputation. his own worth, his own family, while she's over here looking like Ariel. Even though she's the one who's in control of Harry, but he's too dumb to know it, she is completely separated herself from the mudslinging. So she partners with Kate. It's going to save her reputation, and poor little Harry's still going to be spitting out of here, with his memoir that's going to trash the royal family even more. Even though she's going to financially benefit from the slamming of the royal family, she is distancing herself, and it's not her, it's Harry. It's Harry's truth. It's not Meghan. That's Harry's feelings. I have nothing to do with it. She is a smart, smart lady. I don't think people understand the level of narcissism it takes to be as good at deceiving and destroying people as Meghan is. That is narcissism. That is narcissism 1000. This woman should teach a class to tell people how to do what she does. I'm telling you, I have to admit it. This woman got Harry within a couple of months to start doing her dirty work, and she got him to get married. I mean, he is just following along Meghan like an idiot. In her birthday video, he's outside, being the stupid royal, court jester, juggling. Look at me, I'm stupid Harry. Oh. She has got this man so brainwashed that he's doing the work on his own voluntarily, telling people this is my truth. These are my feelings. And maybe they are his feelings. But he doesn't need to put him in a book for money. But he is. And we all know it's going to be bad. He's going to rip it to Camilla and Charles. We all know that, right? And Meghan's going to profit from it, but she's not included in that. See, she's making herself look like Snow White. That's a talent. And then she's going to partner with Kate maybe and be like, oh, look, we're friends. Everybody like me. I'm so sweet. Ugh. This woman is just next level narcissism. I can't. I just can't. The skill level it takes to manipulate people, it's unreal. Now, I know a lot of people still see through it. She's still got 31% approval rating. She's not well liked in America, about 50%. Again, the bench is not even on the bestseller list anymore. She wasn't invited to, the Barack Obama's birthday party. So I do feel like they are losing a lot of their shine and their star power, but they're still holding on. They're still holding on. So what do you think? Do you think the Sussexes are going to go down with the ship? Do you think their future projects are going to tank? Do you think they're ever going to get past 50% approval rating in the UK? Leave your comments, guys, down below. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate you so much for coming to my channel. If you would be so kind as to like, share, and subscribe, help me get to 5,000 subscribers. I would so really appreciate it. And when I get to 5,000 subscribers, I would like to do a big giveaway. So let me know what you think would be a great giveaway. Leave your comments down below. As always, have an amazing day. Be sure to check me out on my other social media channels. I am active daily on TikTok and Instagram. Thanks and have an amazing day.